Whether I'm cooking on my 1,000-gallon smoker or my 500-gallon smoker, or potentially this backyard smoker, or maybe push came to shove and I'm on the OG smoker that really started it all. Now, honestly, no matter what smoking apparatus that I'm cooking on, there are some key tools and essentials that I use every time I barbecue, no matter when or where. And well, today I'm just going to unpack the barbecue essentials that I just can't live without. So without further ado, let's cue the intro and let's jump into the video. In front of me, in no particular rhyme or reason, are kind of all the barbecue essentials that I use. Guys, when I barbecue, I have some core things that I need, and if I have those, I can sling and bang barbecue on a desert island if I have some of these core things. You're probably looking at them right now and digesting what I got laid out. And so we'll walk through each thing. Not gonna spend a bunch of time on it, guys. This was kind of an impromptu video as I was kind of collating all of the kind of odds and ends barbecue things that I need, but let's just jump into it. I got something off camera that I literally can't live without. It's a little too large. Some of you guys might know what it is. I'll bring it in towards the end because it kind of deserves its own piece of real estate on the table here. But first and foremost, barbecue essential number one, this is a cigar. I was gonna say I can't live without cigars. I can because I'm not addicted to cigars. I'm addicted to what cigars do for me. And they lower my blood pressure. They make life better. I'm just kidding, guys. I do love cigars though. So barbecue essential numero uno is cigars. We'll set that guy off to the side and let's jump into it. All right, so kicking this off, I'm just gonna literally go from what I see. So guys, look, and also to note, I will include all of these in description. So let's jump into it. First and foremost, guys, I use this for so many years. This is life-changing. This is a butcher cutter splitter or slicer, as they may be formally known as, and I love these. I mean, pull your butcher paper, rip it off, and yeah, it's literally impossible to beat. The cool thing about this, guys, is that it's spring-loaded. So this face, it comes down, and then this is just a roll of pink butcher paper, and so this splitter comes with this rod that you just insert in, you set it in place, and then close this bad boy down, and you have a holder and a splitter all in one. Gone are the days, if you get this, gone are the days of you rolling your butcher paper out and it's flying all over the place and you're trying to wrap your brisket up. So I don't cook briskets with butcher paper much anymore. However, as a teaser, I'm gonna start getting back into butcher paper briskets. I'm doing some testing on my own. I kind of missed this method. So I'm going to bring this guy back out of retirement this summer, but butcher paper, so this is a pink butcher paper roll sold separately. I'll drop this in the description as well as the splitter. I love that thing, game changer. All right, next we got an apron. This is my Carhartt apron. You can go as fancy or not fancy as you want. As you can see, this thing has seen many, many hours of cooks and smoke and barbecue, and I just love it. It's super durable. It's got all the pockets where you need it. And so a lot of times I find myself sticking cigar cutters and lighters and thermopins and all the stuff. I'll stick my gloves, my liners. We'll talk about those in a second. I'll just kind of load this thing up. And then as I'm barbecuing through the day, I just kind of have everything that I need. I like nice things. I do, like many of us, I like quality gear. And so this, if you depending upon, how much you like to spend or don't like to spend on barbecue stuff, this might be a little bit harder to justify price-wise, but I can tell you, I have beaten this thing to crap and I love it. So obviously I don't have a relationship with Carhartt, so that is just my unbiased opinion. Next, again, in no particular order, let me unpack what I call my barbecue go bag or go box. So guys, this is the barbecue go box. And for me, I build it out as I need. Every situation requires a different build out, if you will. If I'm cooking at a tailgate, I might load this thing down with something different than if I'm going out to the farm and I'm cooking for a bunch of guys. And I know I'm doing heavier proteins that require a different loadout. So for me, this is, like I said, barbecue go bag, go box, and it's just a super cheap plastic container, but in it houses what I'll need for that specific cook. So I'll just kind of walk you guys through. I pulled this out of the cabinet and it's got some stuff in it. Now I do have kind of my essentials loadout that I call it, where either it's just sitting in the back of my car somewhere, or I keep it in a cabinet and I grab it and I go and it has everything that I need to kind of cook the core proteins that everyone's wanting. Sausage, or not sausage, I'm sorry, brisket, ribs, and then if I'm doing sausage, I'll load that out accordingly. But you know, for me, for a basic essentials, what I'll do is I got 16 mesh ground black pepper. So this is by Fiesta. If you've watched the channel for long enough, you know that I live and die by Fiesta, specifically their black pepper. I just love it, guys. It's really good stuff. So I'll keep this in here. And then I might fill up a Ziploc bag full of kosher salt. Or a lot of times if I'm trying to run skinny, trying to run lean, I'll just keep some brisket booster. So this is my rub. You guys have heard me talk about this ad nauseum. I won't go into it here, but I blend this rub. You can buy it on the website. And I blended this specifically for brisket. Mostly the way that I did this was, it's got the sodium, it's got the salt, it's got some other pop in it. Honestly, I went super niche when I built it because I first designed it for brisket, but then I found myself and I found a lot of the other people buying brisket boosters, sending me pictures and videos of them using it on all kinds of stuff. And I kind of do that the same way too. So I kind of use this these days as like an AP barbecue salt solution. So I'll throw some brisket booster in there. I'll drop a thermopin in there. And then from there on the loadout, guys, there are some leave-in thermometer options. So let me walk you guys through these again, because this is what I would consider a barbecue essential, but for a specific reason. So ThermoWorks sent me this, and I have yet to use this. ThermoWorks, if you're watching, sorry fam, but I have yet to use this, mostly because I don't use a lot of leave-ins for me personally. I'll be honest with you. And hopefully this is how genuine you guys know that I try to be, is I could easily, not that I'm some kind of martyr or something, but guys, I could make money off an affiliate for this. I'm not gonna do that. What I'll tell you guys is I've used this old beat up leave-in thermometer literally for probably nearly a decade. And I don't know how it's still hanging along. Specifically, I use leave-ins when I need to monitor temperatures in two scenarios. One scenario is I can't afford to undercook or overcook. That would be a pork product like a pork chop, pork steaks, or steaks. If I'm doing steaks, I need to monitor the temperature because we're trying to hit an exact temperature. So I'll use a leave-in for that. The other reason I'll use a leave-in is because I'm cooking on someone else's smoking apparatus that I have no experience with, which I've been asked to do before. I'll take this, I'll stick it in an onion, and then I'll put this inside of whatever smoking unit I've been handed, and I'll use this to monitor the temperatures. So I just keep this in my loadout because the last thing I want to do, which has happened, is I've been at other people's establishments and they're like, hey, will you make XYZ on this? And I'm like, well, that doesn't even have a thermometer on it. So I'll kind of jerry rig this in a way just to give me some close temperatures. And then the next thing that I like to put in there is this knife sharpener. Now, I have a knife sharpener that I should have brought up here. Gosh darn it. I have a knife sharpener. If you guys want to know more about the knife sharpener, drop in the comments, let me know. It probably deserves its own dedicated video. But when I am just, you know, when I'm freaking running and gunning, I just bring this. So this is cheap. I don't even know what these are called, but couple slices through this and you're good to go. So I'll drop that in there. And then I got the spray bottle. Guys, again, we're talking about the loadout right now, but keep in mind, these are all things that I'm using just on big private cooks all the way down to cooking for the family. I'm using this stuff. This is a spray bottle. If you watch older videos, for many years, I used a hog sprayer. However, the hog sprayer started to go bad on me. I don't know if it's because of the volume that I cook barbecue, that it's just not like restaurant standard, or if it's user error. I would like to think it's not user error because it's just a hog sprayer, you know, but they weren't lasting. And I was putting a link to them in my description, but I got to a point where I'm like, guys, I'm not going to suggest something that's just always breaking. So I went back old school, guys. It's just a Zep bottle. Now, is it totally food safe? I don't know. I'll leave that up to you. I will say so many restaurants all across the world are just using typical spray bottles. So yeah, I keep one of these on me because Zepp specifically, guys, they're like foolproof, man. They're really nearly indestructible and they're cheap. So I buy a load of them off of Amazon, keep them tucked away. I'll drop this in the Go box as well. Moving on. So I got knives. Not all of them fit in the Go box, but these are probably the most important knives that I use, and I'll start with kind of the weirdest one here. So over the years, I have come to love this specific knife. This is an 11-inch massive chef's knife, and I'll leave a link to this in the description. But guys, I use this on ribs specifically. So if I'm turning through, I don't know, 30 plus slabs of ribs, I need something that's durable. I need something that's very large. I like the size of this, fits well in the hand, holds a blade really well, and I just use it to trim through tons and tons of slab of ribs. So I like to bring this with me when possible. Now let's talk brisket. This is an 11-inch straight blade slicer from Victorinox. I love this knife, pricey for sure, but I've used a lot of slicers. I used to use Mercer back in the day, and then I went out to Bar A BBQ a couple of years ago, I think at this point, and Alec, their head pitmaster, homie, bro, love that dude. He was using, well, they all use this this specific slicer. So I trimmed some of their briskets with it. I had been using a slicer before, but I was using the Mercer, and I used this, and I was like, hey, bro, need the brand of that like right now, because that thing is incredible. This is incredible. So love this. Use this for trimming brisket. So I will trim brisket with this, and then when it comes to serving barbecue, of course, you need a serrated slicer. So this is Dexter, made in the USA. Love the Dexter slicer. I'll leave a link to this as well. Any slicer will do, guys. You just want to make sure that it's long enough. Keep it PG, fellas. But you want to make sure that it's long enough. If you go a little too short, whatever. I know what the comments are going with that. You get my point. Make sure it's at least 10 or 11 inches. Whatever. Anyways, moving on. I got some nitrile gloves. Now I hate to even show this brand. I'm gonna show it anyways to tell you guys what not to buy. I have no idea, honestly, who owns Hardcore Carnivore. I'm not sure. I do see their rubs and whatnot in Academy all the time, but I'll be honest with you guys, I don't personally like this brand. But guys, I wear a lot of nitrile gloves, and if I'm just going consumer, like this pack is gonna last me a month, which is most backyard guys, get the Oklahoma Joe brand. I'll leave that one in the description. That's my favorite brand. It's a little pricier because you're buying it from a big box store, but if you're only running through these in a month, then they're more than enough, and they come with the liner. Actually, these don't even come with the liner. You see what I mean? So don't get these. I had these on hand and they just fit too tight. Maybe I got a fat hand. I don't know. I digress. What's my point? Go Oklahoma Joe if you can. They sell those at Academy, or I'll leave a link to the Oklahoma Joe box in the description. Okay, so guys, I mean, that is the bulk. That is the core of everything that I use. I got one more thing I'm gonna haul in here in a second, but I wanna kind of round the Go box out as it pertains to barbecue as a whole. So look, guys, for me, I like to find things that work and then run it until it doesn't work anymore. I used to be like the guy who needs to buy all the new trinkets and the gear and the whatever. But what I have found over the years is I prefer to battle test things and then just use them until they don't work for me. And nothing here has yet to do that. Everything works for me. Now, if I was stranded on a desert island and I could only keep a handful of things, I'll show you what I'll keep. So Thermopin. I need a Thermopin. If it's not this brand, you need an instant read thermometer. You have got to have control of your internal temperatures on protein. So stranded on a desert island, I'm just going to show you guys what I would use, and I'm going to haul the last really most important thing to me in here. Thermopin. I need that. Next, I'm going brisket booster or any kind of salt. I got to get salt. And then I got to get my 16 mesh ground black pepper. And then from there, from these three things right here, I'm going, let's see, I'm going slicer, server. I was thinking about putting the spray bottle in here, but yeah, I'll put the spray bottle in here because these are like my essentials. If you wanted a bonus, you could do the nitriles, or you could just run it barehanded, old school Aaron Franklin style with some white towels in your hand. So this is it. Do I get a cigar on the desert island? If so, I'm going Davidoff Colorado Claro double Corona. That's what I'm rolling with. This is it, guys. Now, let me go get the last, arguably one of the most important things that I use, and then we'll round the video out. Okay. Oh, yep. Okay, let me move it to the side. This is such an impromptu video, guys. You gotta love it. Okay, what do we have here? If you're not new here, you know what this is. If it's your first rodeo to meet and greet, this is a warmer, guys. This is a warmer. I have podcasts on this. I have deep dives on this. I have other videos on this, not a podcast or a deep dive. I got so much content on warmer, so I'll say this so I don't beat a dead horse. Get a warmer if you can. Get a warmer if you can. This will change your barbecue. 2, this will change your barbecue experience. This will allow you to cook all your food or most of your food the day before, go to sleep, take a shower, wash that funk off of you, because we get a little funky if you've been around the smoke all day. So you get clean, clear your nasal passage out, get a little shut-eye, wake up the next day. Your barbecue is better after this than how it went into this. So this is a Weber brand. Let me tell you 2 things. I have 3 warmers. I have this one, I got 2 commercial warmers. The last commercial warmer I bought for $50. The one before that I bought for, I think, $600. This is somewhere in the middle. I'm telling you prices so you guys know, you have the confidence to know. These you can get for cheap. Go residential if you don't need a massive, like 6-foot warmer. This is, I mean, I've beaten this thing up. I've thrown this in the back of the truck. I've taken this to the farm. I've beat this thing down and she's still cranking. I've taken it to tailgates. I love this thing. It makes service so easy. So anyways, guys, this is one of the most important tools that I use when I'm serving barbecue is a warmer. That's it. That is the video, guys. I appreciate you. If you're new here, I ask nothing of you other than to have maximum enjoyment. I have so much content coming this summer. One of the videos I'm doing will be the most important video I do arguably in the history of this channel. So subscribe if you want to. Don't subscribe if you don't want to. Either way, I love you to death. Big Frizz, meet and greet, over and out. Oh gosh.